So Brian Hill about to start the 107th FA Cup final and the 60th here at Wembley, where we've never had a goalless draw. Surely needn't tell you that Liverpool are in red. That's Andy Thorne for Wimbledon. It's come out to Jones again. Young is still there. That was Spackman's header. And it was also his pass, and a very well-judged one as well, to Peter Beardsley. Liverpool have got three coming from the other side of the pitch. Barnes has moved inside, still Beardsley. Now it's Barnes. Houghton and Aldridge are waiting in the centre. Oh, well played by Alan Cork. He got to Aldridge just when that mattered. Fashanu, Sanchez, and again. Oh, nickel only to Cork. He had to stop it because Fashanu was also up on his left. Wise, foul by Hansen. The player who's gone down is McMahon, his chin. I see Young is forward again on the far side. Thorne is also there, and that's Wise. This little fella's been voted Player of the Year, and they say that he's had a hand in just about 3/4 of the goals that Wimbledon have scored this season. Maybe Liverpool man in possession, even though he was only just outside his own penalty area, where Liverpool like to stroke it around, sometimes at leisure. Flags up for offside on my side of the field. Sanchez has the shot, but it wouldn't have mattered. Bobby Gould sat there as a substitute for West Ham in 1975 and didn't get on against Fulham, one of the big disappointments of his career. And of course, many of the commentary players who he signed were here last year under new management, so a lot of satisfaction for him today. Stifling down there. Here's Beardsley. This is Houghton. Barnes is waiting, but so... Oh, and Barnes is still there against the post. And away by Vinnie Jones. John Aldridge had the first opportunity. We have our Royal Box camera, and there in the Royal Box is Sam Haman, the owner of Wimbledon, next to Her Royal Highness. The Gillespie's head. Sanchez following up with Spackman. Fashanu with Gillespie. Sanchez. Cork's waiting in the centre, and he's not well marked, and he got it on to Wise. Wise cross, Gibson let it go, Fashanu! A dangerous move by Wimbledon, and Wise was involved again here.
I didn't personally see what was wrong with that. He headed the ball cleanly, didn't see any hands up, but look at this, Beardsley through.
Yes, he was caught, Wressel's gone, the referee had to pull it back, he's already given the foul by Andy Thorne. Beardsley distressed because he thought with an advantage played, well, it would have been a goal, wouldn't it? But Kenny Dalglish will obviously be disappointed too. The whistle went the instant that Thorne held Beardsley back, and I don't think you can blame the referee for that. It was a clear foul, and he wasn't to know in that instant that Beardsley would go on and put the ball in the net. So will John Barnes produce something from this position? He's done so before. Gillespie's up there. Not one of his better efforts. The Liverpool players have had a word with the referee, but there. And Sanchez was in there, and that's a goal for Wimbledon. Lawrie Sanchez. Well, what a typical Wimbledon goal. Dennis Wise delivers the free kick, Lawrie Sanchez sneaks in and glances it into the far corner. Just got the touch, Sanchez.
By that header, not Gillespie or Spackman.
Four others up with him. Good running by Houghton here. Aldridge is square. Oh, and the deflection off the defender fell so kindly for Besant. Gary Gillespie joined the attack to such good effect. Houghton got the cross in. Hansen. Oh, and Alan Hansen gets a return, and well stopped by the legs of Dave Besant. Not often you see Hansen in a scoring position, but he played a lovely one. Wimbledon start the second half. They do have a victory over Liverpool already on the 1-0, and they're going to make a change. There is Aldridge, Beardsley. Well, he might score here. Penalty. Goodyear on Aldridge. Wimbledon protest at the decision. Goodyear thinks he played the ball. And here we have high drama because Aldridge, who I think might have been replaced a moment later, is the penalty taker. And never has a penalty been missed in the FA Cup final at Wembley. Well, that's what it was given for. More of that in a moment. Dave Besant in the week told me that he's been watching where Aldridge puts his kicks. Aldridge, in fact, was the player fouled himself by Goodyear. It looked a bit harsh to me. Jimmy Hill in a moment on that. Besant thinks that, or thought the kick might go to his left or the right as we look if Aldridge decides to go the same way as in the semi-final. He did, and he saved it and made history. The first time ever that a penalty kick has not been converted in the FA Cup final here. And Besant did guess right. His homework paid off, and Wimbledon is still in the lead. And maybe justice was done. We'll have a view on the award itself when the play subsides. We've got to stay with the corner kick. Wimbledon have to keep their concentration amidst all this excitement. And Besant's dropped it now. That's funny how that happens sometimes. Jimmy Hill.
Well, they were lucky to get the penalty, there's no doubt about that.
Particularly look back on with any pride. Here's Beardsley. Little back heel. And Houghton got in there. And Jones. Oh! And Besant forced to make another save, which was rather unnecessary from Jones' point of view. McMahon. Liverpool looking for new avenues. Johnston. And again the tackle. Have curtailed what their team have tried to do in attack. Neil's team. Wise for Wimbledon. Scales is in the middle. So was Fashanu. Close. Liverpool won't need reminding. Beardsley. McMahon. And Goodyear needs to do something here. There was a moment of hesitation between him and Besant. Wimbledon here are less than 15 minutes away from glory. Mulby. Johnston. Fashanu again gets a tackle in. Johnston beats two of them. Corner again. Perseverance there by the Liverpool substitute.
Perspective, because early on he was the one that tried to take on Wimbledon. Here he is now on it this stage of the game.
Ablett. Bonds! Looking for a second goal. And there is Young. Good save by Grobbelaar. It was Fashanu. Cunningham. Oh, they get that away very carelessly. That's what you can't afford to do. Well, 5 minutes away from one of the most improbable FA Cup wins of recent years. Bobby Gould knows how close they are. What a triumph this would be for him. Liverpool, but it's all gone on rather quickly. This is Houghton. Came off the heels of Andy Thorne. Danger here. Barnes, not a good cross from him. Could have been better because he had players to aim at. Throw in, says the referee. Well, Wimbledon's nerves and those of their supporters will be jangling a bit here. It's Jan Molby with Johnston calling. Oh, and so close from Steve Nicol. Barnes, Houghton's run inside. Wise to clear. Flags up for offside against Fashionable. No, the Wimbledon fans think it's over. One or two players embrace. It's premature. It's a free kick. Dear me, this must be agonising for Wimbledon. Barnes has put the ball back in the middle. Oh, the tension here. He's checked with both linesmen. Oh, and there it is. The crazy gang have beaten the Culture Club. Wimbledon have destroyed Liverpool's dreams of the double, and all over the pitch, their players are celebrating something which a few years ago would have been impossible. Sporting gesture by the Liverpool supporters. Her Royal Highness applauds one of the great cup shocks of all time. They are a respectable First Division club, but when you think where they came from and where one or two of the players were signed from, you know what a great job that management team have done. Bobby Gould and Don Howe, they've earned their moment of glory. No, did he ever think it was going to finish up here? Only 10 years later. And a sporting moment too between the goalkeepers, and Vinnie Jones will not hang back on the celebrations. But they knew what they were doing, and they've known what they've been doing all season. This is no fluke. If you've seen Wimbledon play, as often as some of us have over the last 2 years, you knew they were capable of it. You just weren't sure whether they could produce it on this sort of occasion. And Nigel Bird there of the FA doing Ted Croker's job. He's approaching retirement too, getting the cup ready. And Wembley on his way to work, Dave Best. He lives just down the road, but today he must feel like a king, going up to receive the treasured prize from a princess. It's a weird and wonderful world if you come from Wimbledon. They've won the FA Cup. And on the day, who can deny them their right? They stopped Liverpool playing. And their energy and their enthusiasm and their enterprise did enough to keep them in front once they got there. Well, these names that didn't trip off the tongue until a couple of years ago, maybe they don't now. Whereas Liverpool, the distinguished masters of the English game, go up as losers. Who would have expected this? Champions they are, nobody will deny them that. But double winners this time, they're not. 4-1 on favourites, but defeated by a team who were playing Southern League football when Liverpool played here 11 years ago. On the day, they just couldn't produce what they've been serving up on grounds up and down the country all season. And the sadness on the faces tells its own story. Applauded rightly today from the very highest level. Criticised sometimes over the last few years for the way they play, but proving today that there's far more to their game than the up and under and the heavy challenge. If you can beat Liverpool at Wembley, you deserve the ovation.